Back me up, go all in, by Joe Biden. I gotta win, save the country from sin. I won't never slack up, get your money back up. Try and cuss my voter and you're bound to get smacked up. Get up, stand up, throw your MAGA hats up. If you got the feeling, Kamala's unappealing. Trump's got the hot flow, Dems are talking junk though. I got shot in my ears, certify me as the GOAT, yo. Working, chat to, peeps in the car, saw me serve more fries than lies from the voters are. DJ T, sure enough in the lead. And if great switch of on, I'm the prezi you need. Kamala's a clown, Kamala's a clown. So get out and vote, keep Trump around. Trump around. Keep Trump around. Trump around. Trump's up, Kamala's going down. I'm the cream of the crop. I rise when I'm shot. Some started from the bottom, but I've always been on top. Painting me as a dictator, some type of super trader. I think you need some loving cause you sounded like a hater. But I ain't going down like no punk foo. Clean out the house, Joe, moving in back soon. Kamala's a clown, Kamala's a clown. So get out and vote, keep Trump around. Trump around.
Hey,
Man,
huh?
what a week.
Put this by my mouth. Come on, I got a big enough mouth that I don't have to put it anywhere near my mouth, Jason. Welcome to Behind. Oh my God, you guys! After all this shit that we do, fighting against these leftist scumbags.
Well, you know,
the rhinos. We haven't had. What's wrong? What's wrong?
Bring the mic to you.
I got to bring the mic to me.
And
can you come on? You guys can hear me.
And
anyway, right?
we were made to believe that it was going to be close.
Yeah, it's like we had a little inkling, not a huge inkling, a huge win for us. I mean, we've been beaten up in Illinois forever, right? So finally, we got something that makes all this time, effort, sweat, blood, tears worth it. So it's great. Another huge win is not just for America and the people of America, and actually for the world. I think it's for the world.
It's for the world. I mean, have you seen people all over the world?
Yeah.
The president of Croatia was doing a press conference and put a MAGA hat on.
Did he? Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Another big win, right? That's equally important. Is my brothers and sisters from January 6th, the so-called insurrectionists. Right, so we're gonna
a lot of people.
In the near
Giuliani.
In the near future, we're gonna show all these J6 pictures of me there, all the stuff we've been hiding. Yeah, it's kind of hard to hear, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I thought it was me. No, there's something different. There's something different.
Put it at the same level that you can hear.
No, it's different than all the other, the whole last year. It's different. It is. I'm telling you. Breaker 19. Breaker 19.
There we go. There we go.
So anyway, the J6 is. Oh my God, I hope that Trump pardons all of them. Even the guys that fought with the police, they deserve to be, but they've been punished so much that they deserve to be pardoned. I mean, because that was cruel and unusual punishment. Nobody should fight with the police. Nobody should fight with the police, right?
No.
But my cop buddies, this is bullshit. These guys, even for their punishments, the worst of the worst should have been out in 6 months.
Well, I mean, if you look at 2020 and the George Floyd riots, I mean, Kamala Harris specifically helped fund the bail, the release of some protesters who threw Molotov cocktails at police, and then they go on the media and talk about how the insurrection was the worst thing to happen since 9/11.
Mm-hmm.
And first of all, what do we mean when we say insurrection?
Yeah.
There was a bunch of people that had no guns.
There was no guns.
Or trying to overthrow the government. It's not even a serious,
Everybody was dressed the way they were to protect themselves against the fights from Antifa, BLM, and all the shit that happened. That's why I was dressed like that. I wouldn't have went there if there's an insurrection. They're lying. So, oh my God, I just got another message. I got all these hot. You guys tell me, is this light making me look younger?
He's got all these hot
beautiful women are sending me messages on X. Yeah. Oh my God, this one girl just said, "Hey, I'm home alone. I'm very lonely. I'm looking for someone to video chat with." Wow, it's awesome.
Yeah,
I thought I got really old and wrinkly. I mean, I still got it.
She's a smoking hot AI fed.
Oh, that's not a real.
You were just shadow banned.
Holy shit!
Yeah,
you were just shadow banned until the election.
I mean,
was
you're
over.
kidding. All those
everybody
messages.
Else's experience on X all the time.
I mean,
wait a minute, you guys. Those aren't.
I think you should enjoy your time, Terry, because
aren't real women.
Before January 20th, they're going to come for you and throw you into jail.
Those aren't real
and torture you.
You're kidding me. Holy shit, man! I thought.
Well, those are real, but but the profile's not real. I mean, those look real. Who knows? AI is
man,
pretty.
I thought I was still a stud.
Yeah.
Fuck. Sorry.
I mean, I
Doc.
think you should
Sorry.
click. I think you should click on it.
Those are definitely
There's gonna be no spam in there.
those are definitely not real.
Oh well. All right, let's-
Man-made.
So as we move forward here, let's the next topic is all the Illinois candidates that put a lot of hard work and time and effort. The candidates themselves, right?
Yeah, no, and I'm not laughing at the candidates. It's just
Well, we are laughing at Nikki Conforti.
Well, you know what?
Sorry.
No, I get it. I mean, what the history there is, we offered her a platform here. We've only grown
Yeah, I was running an
exponentially.
event for her.
We've not. I now work for Gateway Pundit, the national. So
You blew it.
I know, but she blew it. She blew it. She had an opportunity, but you know what? She probably outperformed most of the other candidates, comparatively speaking. I mean,
I guess, but she lost.
She
She's a
lost by
loser.
13.
She loses.
I think she
all
lost by
the
13.
time. She's a joke. So, but still, we want to thank the candidates that were sincere and really ran and worked very hard. It's not their fault that we have an ineffective, incompetent Illinois GOP organization that has no money. I said this over and over and over again, right? We got a marriage between the grassroots and the establishment.
Our
GOP.
Republican National Committeeman said it.
Yeah.
We have no money and no donors want to invest in us.
Right. So we have people that are willing to try to run, right? And the reason we have a lot of shitty candidates is that good people, solid, strong, smart, intelligent people are saying, why the hell would I run? The Illinois GOP has no money, no power, right? And the grassroots keep getting attacked by the Illinois GOP, but the Illinois GOP says we attack them by we call them rhino. And so anyway, the Illinois GOP, no money, no power. We have people and passion, right? We're up here, they're down here. So until they get up here and understand it's got to be teamwork and they got to do their end of the bargain, screw them. We don't need them. They're not doing anything.
There's no political strategy. There's no political vision. I mean, Terry, you and I sat with some of these supposed bigwigs in the Illinois Republican Party, which, by the way, there's no such thing. I mean, let's just review what happened to the Illinois Republican Party. You want to pull up that Illinois Review article, Jason?
Oh, there we go.
So what they're talking about here is, Terry, is some of these consulting firms that Illinois is contributing to. But if we look at the statistics here, I think, what do we got? Okay, so for Illinois Republicans, the results in the House and Senate races are a brutal reflection of systemic mismanagement. So out of 118 House races, Republicans managed 38 victories. I'm guessing most of those are downstate or in rural areas.
Were some of those incumbents too?
Out of the state, it might have been. Out of the state Senate, out of 24 races, Republicans won 4 seats. These are state numbers. Okay. And they were unchallenged, and Democrats were unchallenged in 7 districts. Mm-hmm. Congressional races, same thing. We had a couple buddies, Mark Rice and John Boris, and a couple other people that were running. And in the congressional races, out of 17, Republicans won 3. So on top of that, we know that the Illinois GOP, which is absolutely terrible, which is a disgrace and a joke if you look at those numbers, and just repeatedly lose. They don't challenge the Democrats. There's pornography in the schools. The Democrats in Illinois have a supermajority and the governor and the gubernatorial seat, and they're passing, anti-Second Amendment laws. They are passing cashless bail. They are passing a book ban law, which is actually a violation of your First Amendment right? Mm-hmm. Cutting out the taxpayer from being able to have a voice in anything with the government related to the libraries. They let Amendment 1 pass, which essentially gave constitutional authority to public unions, effectively creating a 4th branch of government. Keep in mind, those public unions are 99.9% Democrat, particularly the teachers union. So, I mean, the Republicans are worse in Illinois, are worse than the Democrats in the sense that they literally steered the car towards the left as far as it could go.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
So, real quick. So we thank the candidates. We want to thank the committeemen. It's a thankless job, right? So we hear the leaders. Remember Don Tracy? Well, I don't get paid for this. Well, no shit. You're a millionaire anyway. The job doesn't. You got all the people that are doing the real hard work. Yeah. They're knocking on doors alone without help and support from you guys. So thank the committeemen, all the people that were knocking on doors. Hey, Jason, are we on Facebook with this stream? Yeah. Oh, thank God. Yeah, good. And then, so I want to thank. So for those of you who are on Facebook, I'm glad
we might get some relief there.
Yeah,
Mark Zuckerberg's going to want to be kind of friendly now.
Yeah, yes, yeah. We won't get blocked.
Yeah.
And so thank you guys for all the hard work because
Section 230, here you come.
It's a thankless job. Another thing is, so my mother's 85 years old. Some of you guys know my mom, and she went to vote. She rotates between me and my brother's house. My brother lives in Burr Ridge. She went to vote in Burr Ridge, and there was not one Trump sign. So thanks to Dean White, he gave me a bunch of signs. I gave to many people. I put tons up here in the Darien area, and I had to put them up over and over again because those bastards keep taking them down. I didn't even have to go clean my signs up. The Dems took them down for me. So my mom went in, no signs there. She had 3 Trump signs in her trunk that she took from my little pile that Dean gave me, and she put them up. So my 85-year-old mother, who for 50-some years was a Democrat, who's now hardcore Trump mama, is putting up Trump signs because DGTR, you suck. There was none in my area. There was hardly any signs at all anywhere in the area. Yeah. So that's another reason. You guys weren't even smart enough to figure out that if you ride the Trump train, it'll help some of our candidates. You're incompetent losers, and we're going to take you out. And that's not a threat, all right? So I don't need Curran whining like a 6'8" bitch saying I threaten people, Novak or Mendick. I'm saying we're going to take you out politically because you guys suck. You suck. Right, and Bolts, we're gonna roll you out, Bolts, like a big barrel of shit out the back door. All right, so I wanted to mention that, and then one very important thing that Paul kind of slipped a little bit, and so I want to congratulate Paul Drabeck. You guys, many of you probably have been reading his stories, right? If you haven't been to his Substack, you got to go to his Substack. He'll talk about it. So Paul, we've gotten 20 stories, give or take, right, of all this crazy stuff going on in the state of Illinois. And we work like a team. I'm like the troublemaker. I go out there, I'll find stuff, I'll do the FOIAs, and then he's like an excellent writer. I mean, he great writes, so good that Jim Hoff, the editor of Gateway Pundit, his team reached out to Paul and want him to be a part-time, outside of his, a part-time writer.
Yeah, well, hopefully nobody from my job knows I do this. So.
Part-time writer, after hours and stuff, just like I do my stuff, and we FOIA, and I go on the weekends. He wants him to be a writer, a badged writer. He's going to be an official, a real reporter.
Yeah,
so
I wrote my first
that's a
story
huge accomplishment, right? So I'll let him talk about what that means to him, to us, and to the state of Illinois. So go ahead, buddy. Good job.
Yeah, thanks, bud. So just got an official job with Gateway Pundit. Wrote my first story yesterday. Got another one coming today. So I think that's a mandate for us, for the grassroots, and the message here is, like, we just talked about what happened in Illinois, right? Absolute disgrace, and makes not a lot of sense because Trump increased his percentage in Illinois from 2020 by 5 points. And so to think that we lost that badly as Republicans, there's a few things going on here. I mean, number one, there is no party to speak of. They have no money. They have no vision. They have no strategy. They're afraid of the Democrats because they have such control. Number two, we think that there's a mail-in balloting issue. I mean, if you look at the political analysis of Illinois from this election, and it's in my story, my most recent Gateway story. I'll have to find that before the end of the show. But in the political analysis, basically every county moved to the right in Illinois by a certain number of points, besides 3, for a total of 3 points. Everywhere else moved right. Even Cook County. Cook County moved right 11 points from D plus 50. So there is a rightward shift. Now that was the presidential election, but down ballot everywhere, Republicans were destroyed. And now again, I think that there's definitely an issue with the mail-in ballots. We have some people working on that. If you look at what happened in the presidential election last time compared to this time and the times before, there's a lot of people out there like, oh yeah, well, look, the Democrats are trying to say we're not saying that it was stolen, blah 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 blah. Yeah, well, if you look at the difference in elections, it's really strange now to look at 2020 because Biden's numbers are way out of proportion to the other elections. It makes it look even weirder that this election, numbers like total votes, all that. We can't hear you, buddy. Still can't hear you. You plugged in?
Where'd those 15 million voters go?
Well, so do we have you want to dig that up, Jason? There's a graphic that's going around X on that. It's just showing the total votes. So there's 15 million votes that just sprang up out of thin air in 2020 that weren't there in 2012, 2016, or this election, 2024. It's very odd. It's very odd. So anybody who's saying, oh, yeah, I guess the elections are secure, like, no, I think 2020 needs to be looked at again. Now, what was the difference between 2020 and now, or the election before that? There was an unprecedented amount of mail-in ballots for 2020 because of the COVID situation. So that's something to look at in Illinois, and it's something to examine. Same thing with the voter rolls, because it is a little strange that Trump gains 5 points election over election, and we seemingly get crushed even worse as Republicans in 2024 than any other year.
Yeah, I'm not seeing that.
So as far as the Gateway Pundit thing goes, is like Terry and I have been working for over a year now. We're past a year, aren't we?
Yeah.
We're past a year doing this podcast. Thanks to everybody who supported us. And now I'm working for Gateway Pundit. Gateway Pundit is a national media outlet. It's conservative, but they do stories on everything. And they pump out stories day after day. They're kind of like an aggregator. They're a great place to go to be informed, because Twitter's kind of just a feed, right? Well, you can see the highlights on Gateway Pundit and pick and choose what you want to read about. And a lot of that stuff comes from X. But they get over 3 billion views a year. Okay, over 3 billion views a year. So national outlet, 3 billion views a year. We now have an even louder voice in the grassroots in Illinois. We can get our message out. We want you to reach out to us and let us know what's going on in your communities, what's going on in your counties, because I will write about it. Okay, I have the ability to publish stories through this outlet. If you have FOIAs, if you know of corruption, if you have evidence of things, if you want to talk to us about doing some investigative reporting, Terry's been doing that all year.
We've been doing that.
Reach out to us. Let us know what you got. We will get your voice out there. Okay, so this is what I was talking about with the different presidential elections. You see that? It's pretty consistent between 2012, 2016, and 2024. And then, bam! And if you look at the other thing that you can look at, there are 19, I believe, what are called bellwether counties that are pretty accurate predictors of winners of the presidential election going back like 100 years. And whichever candidate receives a majority of those 19 bellwether counties usually wins almost, I think, over 90% of the time wins the presidential election. President Trump won 18 out of 19 in 2020. somehow didn't win the election. The only areas that Joe Biden won were, of course, swing states in the metropolitan counties. And, of course, in those areas, Republican poll watchers were not allowed to observe counting. If we remember, in Fulton County, Georgia, the woman who was caught on camera pulling a box of ballots out from underneath a table and then seemingly running through a counter more than once, and she got a Presidential Medal of Freedom. And our buddy Pastor Lee is involved in that RICO case down in Georgia because he's what is it? The Freedom Federation. Oh yeah, okay. Because he went down there to try to talk to her. So, anyhow, there's a lot of strange things going on. This is just the beginning. I mean, it's relief to everybody that we're going to have a better economy. A lot of these political prisoners are going to be freed. We're going to get out of these foreign wars. We're going to secure our border, and these and people in America just have relief now. They can look forward to a better future. This is a mandate for the country. I think the difference this time with President Trump, when President Trump got in 2016, he got in by the skin of his teeth. He lost the popular vote. He won the Electoral College. Never been in Washington before. I don't think he had both houses of Congress. So he talked about it on Joe Rogan, how he was like, there's thousands and thousands of people. You don't know who's who. There's entrenched bureaucrats that are trying to work against you. And we saw that because of the BS Russian collusion situation, right? All the media outlets were lying about that. He got impeached twice. All of it is shown to be complete and utter lies. 51 intel agency representatives saying that the Biden laptop was Russian disinformation, even though they knew in 2019 that it was real. So this time around, he's got the popular vote. He's got both houses of Congress. He knows Washington. He's got people like Elon Musk, RFK, Vivek, Tulsi, Elon. I mean, and I've been watching a lot of like Trump-friendly media, and everybody's he's going around and saying he's got the mandate. He's got the mandate. He's gonna govern his way. That's what we need.
We got to clean out the deep state.
Christopher
Wray put a bunch of bastards in jail.
Oh yeah.
Hey Jason, do you want to put that up? All right. Yeah. So this is not your father's GOP.
I love the hugging. Yes. Trump and the
Thank you. Lincoln. I made that with crayons, just so you know. If you guys don't know that, it took me like 3 weeks to make that.
Terry's an artist.
I first used pencil sketching, then crayons, and then markers.
And you learned in prison, right?
Yes, I did. So for those of you who are fed up with Jim Zay in DuPage County GOP and your GOPs, we started an organization that's full of grassroots folks from different parts of DuPage County, and it's growing. Matter of fact, when we had our election party, we had a number of people come over. We have people that reached out to us. They're tired of losing, and not only that, they're tired of the excuses.
I mean, these Republicans are losers.
Over and over and over again.
People leading the party, they're losers. They're losers.
For those of you, go to the Downers Grove Township Republican Organization website. You'll see Larissa put up there, "Congratulations, Donald Trump." Well, they didn't. The only reason they put a Donald Trump sign in their windows because all of us harassed them, and some people even went there. Mary Mack went there.
Yeah.
Some people went there and said, "Where's the Trump sign?" So they put one little Trump sign there, but they didn't even flood them throughout the whole area and neighborhood. And don't you think it's kind of
well, screw these people in the party in Illinois who are going to try to ride the coattails of Donald Trump now. You know, when before, like they're all. None of them wanted to embrace Trump just like when Trump lost in 2020. You know, everybody wrote him off for dead because he was saying he got cheated, and the GOP tried to get rid of him. But he started a movement, and the Illinois GOP has no concept for this is how you do it. We sat with people who told us, "Oh, we need to get the foot soldiers on the ground to knock on doors." For what? For what? You're a bunch of cowards who won't even support the strongest political movement in the history of the country.
Yeah, yeah. You know, really got me.
Don't let me see all these idiots saying that they're now Trump supporters. I'm going to call every single one by name.
Jason, I sent you some slack.
And let everybody on this
You can throw 'em
podcast
up
know
at
that
them.
we sat down with them and they told us all this bullshit. Right?
Yeah. Even 2 days before the
Witch
event,
hunt.
that fat piece of shit, Greg Bolt, sent a text to me. That's the guy that carried all those packets of my family last year.
We're just angry because these people have no
and he sent
backbone.
me, wanted me to come to some pizza party or something. That fat ass probably ate all the pizza. But he, and he goes like, "God bless you, Terry." It's like, God bless me, you piece of shit. You tried to hurt my family.
He did,
You
yeah.
know?
He
You
did.
did, and I got it on videotape. I got it on the security videos. So either the guy's stupid, he's arrogant, or he's very desperate. I think he's desperate.
Well,
he's
I mean, what he did was he made a big mistake. He thought that, a guy like that, people like that we've encountered in this Illinois GOP, they're used to the machine. Oh, you just do it this way.
Mm-hmm.
I got myself into a situation where I can be in charge of this little corner of the Illinois political map.
Yeah, screw that.
And I just do what I'm told by the higher ups, and I'll get the position I want, and I'll get my little pension, and I'll fall in line behind the Democrats that tell me what to do, and the Republicans that are
Yep.
on top of that.
So I want to do this. I say hi to Stevie Max. So we're just looking on the Facebook. We're just started going back on Facebook, and now we feel safe because that little weasel, Mark Zuckerberg.
It's gonna get better. I know that.
So hey, Stevie, how are you, brother? It was nice to meet you and your mom. Not you, but your mother, obviously. And then it was nice to have you over at the house. It was great. And then we got Shane Brove. Is it Brove? Is it Brove?
Bouvet,
Oh
I
no,
think.
no, that was when you worked at the prison.
Bouvet.
Hey, Brove! Yo,
Shane-
CO!
Shane's
was a
a
prison
movie
guard.
star now.
Yeah, now he's got a book, and he was in
He had a
the
book
Trump
and
documentary, and that's coming out. That's actually is out already. Yeah, it came out
Yeah,
before the election.
A Man Misunderstood, I think it's called.
Yo, Shane Brove! Is that what they called you,
Bouvet.
Shane? You could
Why do you-
type that in there. Were you called Officer Brove?
Why do you keep calling? Why stop putting an R in there? It's Bouvet.
Oh, okay, sorry. I keep flashing back to the 80s.
Terry's kind of
It's like,
dyslexic.
I was with them. It's not a Brove?
No, it's there's. Why do you
I'm
keep
being
adding an R?
sarcastic. He's working in the prisons.
Oh, Brove. I don't get
Yo,
it.
Brove!
Is that a
Come
prison
on,
thing?
man. You're not that late. Come on, man. Hey, so show some of the stuff that I threw you over there. All right, here's the Trump train. All right, so we've got a Trump train that's going to start this Saturday at Law Weapons. Law Weapons, right?
Oh man, is that our guy that's with
Yeah.
the lawsuit?
Yeah.
God, I
Yeah.
hope he wins.
Versus, Illinois.
Yeah.
At 1 p.m. I'm going to go. I don't know if you're going to go. You got a family. And so, well, I got my family too. So 1 o'clock. But the part I like the best is that our final destination ends up at some pizza place. You got to look it up there. Flocka Waka Waka Flocka. That band?
Waka Flocka.
Yeah, there's a band called Flocka Waka.
Waka
Hey,
Flocka?
Stevie.
I think he's
I don't
in,
know if you're listening still.
I think
Is it
he's in
Flocka Waka
Wu-Tang.
or Waka Flocka? Flocka Waka. So that band is supposed to be
Isn't he
there.
in
So
Wu-Tang Clan?
it's going to be pretty cool. So this is to play the tribute to Donald Trump. So I think they had hundreds of cars last time. So it'll be cool. I hope the weather will be good. There you go. And I don't know. Hey, Lisa, Jennifer, is this on our site? If not, you should put it on the website so people could see it. And go to the DuPage Freedom Federation site as well, and you could see it and get synced up with us on Saturday. Oh, I want to thank a shout out to Terry for my shirt. Terry King will be there selling her Trump gear. Look at, she gave me this shirt. Thank you, Terry. Thank you very much. So go show up the other couple memes we got there. Get it, here, I colored this one with my crayons as well. I'm like, it's really good and quick in that. So this is the Illinois Democrats with their blue wave. That's Illinois GOP. They're floating around in the bottom of the wave there. It represents us, unfortunately.
Yeah.
And that's the Illinois Democrats blue wave rolling over the GOP, the Illinois GOP. DuPage County epic fail. So everybody, if you don't know, the Chicago Blackhawks made history this year.
White Sox.
What? I'm sorry, White Sox. Duh, I had that thing made too. I'm a little retarded. If you see the lumps on my head, I got hit in the head lots of times when I was younger. So the Chicago White Sox had historic losses this year, the worst in the history of Major League Baseball. And so did the Downers Grove Township Republicans. They've been losing for 12 years. At least the Sox only lost 1 year.
DuPage County, too. I mean, this is a joke.
Yeah, DuPage County. I'm sorry. Yeah, both. They've been losing for like 12 years straight, right? Give it or take?
It's a joke.
The Sox broke a record for 1 year. That was bad in itself.
I mean, you might actually watch a state party go bankrupt. Who would want to be part of such a disgraceful joke? You know, I mean, and I like Dean, and I like some of these people, but I mean, the Illinois Review article is like, you need to just need to like scrap everybody and start over.
Yeah,
it's a joke. It's an absolute joke. And the thing is like, honestly, do you though, or do you just like pretend like they don't exist?
Yeah,
because. Yeah. Do we need them?
This is a good one. So our good friend, Mr. Producer's wife, made this one, and I think Jason printed it.
They're flying the elephants upside down.
Say nay to say, nay to say. So Jim Zay is a clown, right? I'm assuming he's a nice guy. I don't know him from Adam, but I know he's just incompetent. I know candidates were calling me. I didn't even know. I don't even want to say their names. So one guy told me, running for judge, he's like, yeah, well, I said I was going to run, and Jim Zay said, oh, yeah, I'll endorse you. I didn't know that's what it meant was I'll just say, hey, I endorse you, and that's it. Yeah. Nothing. The guy doesn't do anything, and he can't even raise money. And go to the next, the last slide I want to show you. This is hilarious, right? Being a salesperson, I picked up on this right away. So this guy, look at this here. The longest serving DuPage board member. He's been in there for a super, super long time. So this clown is bragging that he sat in this seat since DuPage County was bright red. We were a powerhouse. And then when he was running again, then he's like, hey, I've been here forever. I've been here since we were really good, and I'm still here, and we're really bad. So what's the common denominator? Say you suck. You suck. Why did you run? So last time he ran, he wasn't going to run. He was telling people he wasn't going to run, health issues or some other bullshit. He wasn't going to run. I think he knows he was incompetent. And I had my friends, my circle, pretend I was going to run. I wasn't going to run. And so all of a sudden, the slugs from DGTRO, people, you got to run. Terry Newsom's going to run. No one's going to run. And so this slug ran, and he's done nothing. He can't raise money. He's been a loser for 10 years or whatever. And so he ran reluctantly. So he wasn't even good when he wanted to run.
Yeah.
Think about how bad he is now. He didn't even want to run. Mm-hmm. He ran because those guys twisted his arm. Then he's going around with his other asshole friends saying, that Newsom's a felon. Yeah, 35 years ago I got in trouble. And by the way, Jim Zay and his friends and Kathy Salvi and Sheriff Mendrick had a drug dealer stand on stage at him at the Reagan dinner. An ex-gang member drug dealer, right? But that's okay if the establishment labels somebody as okay, right, even though all the things I did to change my life overshadow what this person did, and they're gonna, so.
But there's so to stay on this thread, Terry, this is a good point, right? Because we all are aware of that where he got asked. It sounded like this is rumor, this is speculation, but it sounded like the guy didn't want to do it. They had to beg him to do it because it's just a thankless. It's the thankless job because
Zay, yeah.
And you look at the current chair, Kathy Salvi. I mean, she ran against an incumbent senator, either Duckworth or Durbin, in the last race, and got crushed. But she had to know that she was going to get crushed. I mean, this is the state of politics in Illinois, folks. Like, nobody, to run against the way that it's been, to run against one of the incumbent senators in Illinois, you know that you're not going to win. So that what they're doing is they're actually just picking somebody. They're asking somebody to run, right? And they're saying, like, we can't give you any money because those two are going to have millions of dollars in their war chest, the Democrat candidates. So they're telling, I know this is what goes on. I'm speculating. I just know it because I've watched how things play out. The leadership of the party says we need somebody. We can't not have somebody run for the Senate seat, right?
Yeah.
So they go up to somebody and they say, listen, we'll cut you a deal. We'll find you a job in the party. We just need you to run. And that's what they did. And I guarantee that's what they did. And now Salvi's the
So
GOP chair.
I have a question for you, Paul Drabeck.
But does she?
I got a question for you.
Does she make her own decisions?
So, Paul, you're the owner of the Chicago White Sox, right? And then you got fans, and stuff, which is like the grassroots.
Go ahead, put me in charge.
All right.
I'd love to be in charge.
You're running the White Sox. You got all your fans, right, that are Sox fans. And then you have a big meeting. And so we go up to you and say, hey, Mr. Drabeck, so for next year, after you had this historic losses, the greatest losses in the history, are you going to find a new manager?
I'm going to take the team, move them to Nashville.
Yeah, that's what everyone's doing. Get the joke, right? We're moving out of time. So
Tennessee's conservative, right?
Yeah, that's where everyone's moving to.
Yeah.
That's seriously, though.
There's actually talk of him doing that.
So, Mr. Drabeck, are you going to find a new manager?
I mean, you're going to fire everybody, right?
Okay, are you going to find a manager from, like, the team that had the second biggest losing record in the country? Is that what you're going to look for? You're going to recruit, well, the guy lost second. Or I should have done it better. It's like you won the World Series. Hey, why don't you hire the White Sox manager? That's what I should have done. I did it backwards.
No. That's because this is an interesting point, right? Is like they're perpetual losers, but then at some point you have to, like, start questioning, are they actually trying to play to win?
Yeah.
In the Illinois GOP,
I don't think they are.
They don't.
They're just bad.
No. They're just bad. But here's the problem with politics: you don't get draft picks. You don't get this. Like, you just keep running out of money. So they may, like. There's probably some good people that think, like, oh, it's going to turn around. But here's the thing: it's President. I just saw a clip of President Trump talking about, getting rid of people today. He was talking about the Afghanistan withdrawal, and he's like, the first thing that I'm going to require for 1201 when I get back into the Oval Office on January 20th is the resignations of all the senior people who were involved in the Afghanistan withdrawal. And so that's the point, is like, get out of the way. I mean, or whoever is in charge of the Illinois GOP, come talk to us, and we'll figure something out, because you shouldn't be using the people that you've been using.
Yeah.
Listen, if you're here's the point.
Oh, and here's another. Sorry, I'm interrupting you. So you're the President Trump now, right? So President Trump, and then you had a general that, like, led up a war and he got killed and lost the war. The army lost the war.
Yeah.
So if you're the commander in chief and you're going to another battle, you're going to hire that general.
Well, that was his point.
It's the same thing.
That's what his point was.
I mean, that's what we're doing here. We got losers leading losers.
You got 13 soldiers killed, and you left $80 billion of military equipment to our enemies, the Taliban. And you should keep your job. And by the way, all those people are still keeping their job.
What did Shane Bavay and I do against Biden? Right?
Yeah.
Providing comfort and aid. We were the only ones in the whole United States.
Right.
That filed a petition to keep Biden off the ballot for providing comfort and aid to our enemy under Section 14.
Amendment 14, Section
Amendment
3.
14, Section 3 of providing comfort and aid. That was one of the things that we said when we were debating the election board.
And you got, like, laughed at, dismissed. But the interesting thing is there's known terrorists that have been caught inside the United States as a result of crossing a porous border. And the way they get away with it is that you can set border policy as the administration, and they just like let everybody have asylum and everybody, But like Holman said, there were 2 million gotaways, so a lot of those could be terrorists as well. But the big point is like, okay, if you're in the leadership of the Republican Party in Illinois, how do you expect anyone to take you seriously when you and none of your candidates can muster the will to challenge the most radical left state in the United States? Yeah. You could argue it's California. You could argue it's New York. I have some good reasons to say it's Illinois. We can look at the policy. We can look at the legislation. We can look at the fact that I believe Illinois has the largest state bureaucracy in the United States. You guys can't even how often did we hear from people in the party like, it's Illinois, we have to moderate. We can't be Trump's, like, we can't pound the Trump.
Yeah.
It's like, no. What we're seeing actually is, here's the key. I mentioned Trump gained 5 points in supposed far left Illinois, right? And all the down ballot Republicans lost. Yeah. Why? Because nobody wants to vote for you. You're cowards.
Yeah, you are.
Not the candidates.
Porn doesn't belong in our school.
Not the candidates. The candidates are actually brave because they're running against far leftists.
They were convinced to shut their mouth.
Right. Well, they just don't have support from the party.
Yeah.
The party. Dean White is the Republican National Committeeman for Illinois. He said it at our event. We got no money and no donors want to invest in us.
So just, Dean's trying to change that. That's not a dig on Dean. I like Dean. He's trying to change it real hard. He's going out and reaching out to donors. But the problem
But he wasn't wrong about that.
Is that our team sucks. We've been led by. So if I got a lot of money, I'm a wealthy individual. All the big donors left. So why are they going to give money? It's trying to get investors for the Sox next year. Who the fuck wants to invest with the world record of a Major League Baseball losing?
Or what good players want to come there?
Yeah, or same. So it's called Waka Flocka, the name of the band, Waka Flocka. Oh my God!
Isn't Waka Flocka a Wu-Tang member?
That's the band. Oh my God! I used to do that when I went to my cell alone in Joliet. I used to go in my cell alone by myself. And I'm going to go Waka Flocka for a little bit. It's a joke. I did Waka Flocka though. I got bored. It was like,
all right, we don't need to know what you were doing in prison.
Waka Flocka.
This is going to get clipped. A lot of this Waka Flocka talk.
Yeah.
So I mean but that's the point. Is like we've been preaching about how useless the Illinois GOP is, and now with President Trump, popular vote, over 300 electoral college votes, Senate, House.
All right, so we all agree these guys suck. All right,
the mandate
Mr. Drabeck,
is there.
You're in charge of the Illinois GOP. What would you do first? So we got to have solutions. Right?
It's very simple. It's very simple, right? It's very simple. The model has been provided.
Okay? You got to answer this in three minutes, though, or less.
Got it. The model has been provided. Illinois is a microcosm of what was wrong at the federal level. Bloated bureaucracy, right? Corrupt institutions, soft on crime, high taxes, bad for businesses. Same exact thing in Illinois. What red wave just defeated that? A populist movement led by a strong leader who doesn't worry about political correctness, who goes out and challenges the establishment and says they're corrupt. The bureaucracy has become too big and unaccountable. We're soft on crime. We need to get strong on crime. We need to lower taxes. We need to deregulate because Illinois is one of the worst states in the country for business, if not the worst state. Okay? You now have an amendment to the Constitution where public unions effectively are fourth branch of government because they can negotiate anything they want and the government has no power or will partner with them to to give them what they want, because that also means that they can increase taxes. So here's what we got to do. We need a coalition of a populist movement with a strong leader who will go out and deliver the message that we need to cut the bureaucracy and get rid of all of these corrupt institutions in Illinois. We need to turn the page away from the Richard Daley, Mike Madigan Democratic machine. We need to get out and give the message to the people that we will fight for you so that we can lower your taxes, right? And bring Illinois back to the family values Midwest state that it always was before radical leftists came in and started take from you. So that's it. Real simple. Populist movement with a strong leader who's going to deliver the message that we're going to fight back against these corrupt bureaucrats and politicians who have ruined millions of people's lives and chased out hundreds of thousands of Illinoisans.
Yeah. The key to what he said was strong leader.
And we don't have that. Strong leaders, too.
Leaders. Yeah, multiple. We can't go with these weak pussies that we got.
Somebody that's willing to call these Democrats out to their faces.
Like we have to have candidates that say, you know what? Porn doesn't. Sorry, I'm doing something here.
Yeah,
porn doesn't belong in my kid's school.
Yes,
and proudly say
very
that.
simple.
And we need to turn the tables on the Democrats. They're the ones that should hide. They're the ones that should be quiet. They should not talk about what they represent. Porn, indoctrination of our children, CRT, open borders. Why are our people running around scared to say that's not good for us, our children, our country, the people that died for our country, right? Why are our leaders not standing up and proudly saying that and attack them? Attack the Sean Castons like I attacked them. But no, you got that stupid jerk-off Conforti listening to everybody else and, listening to these establishments. She got her ass kicked again. And we need to call out Sean Caston and embarrass him and confront him like we did on the news and show him these oral sex pictures. And say,
that whole situation, they said the governor, these people. The issue with the left is it's an extremely dangerous ideological political movement. I mean, there was a clip I saw from Dave Rubin who said, I clipped my producer clipped this in a matter of 3 minutes. Stevie. And Waka what it was Obama about a week ago calling out Trump on the there's good people on both sides BS. Right? Mm-hmm. Saying, this guy said there's good people on both sides, talking about a white supremacist rally. That has been completely debunked because in the same clip, he showed what Trump's actual words were, where he actually said there are good people on both sides of that protest. They were protesting the iconoclasm of tearing down that statue. And then he actually said, but not the white supremacists and the KKK. We should denounce them. And then said there were good people on both sides though. So he actually did denounce white supremacists in that clip. And for years the media ran. So they lie. They openly lie because they know that people who are on the left side of the aisle, people who are Democrats, the everyday person is going to look at a headline or they're going to look at a doctored clip on CNN or MSNBC. And they're going to believe that he actually said there were good people on both sides, meaning that there were good white supremacists.
Right.
And that was just absolute propaganda, right?
Speaking of which, we're almost done. Hey, just put up that one picture of Waka Flocka with Stevie, our buddy Stevie. There he is. Is like that Waka? Is that Waka Flocka like just one guy, or is there's like a Waka and a Flocka?
No, I think that's
is there two guys?
He's a rapper, right?
So Waka Flocka is a one guy?
Is that his name? Is that his recording artist name? Okay.
Hey, Steve, text me here. What do you got here? Let's see here. Who's this Waka Flocka guy? Is he like more than one guy? I guess it's one guy, unless Flocka's in the back.
Real quick, the parallel with the issue with the Illinois Democrats is Terry and I sat in front of Sean Caston, who was the congressional representative of the 6th District in Illinois. And he and State Representative Anstov Murray were sitting up there talking about the book ban bill being, necessary. And the picture they paint is parents want to ban books. We're Nazis. We want to burn books like Nazis, right? Well, the reason they created that bill was because parents didn't like pornography in their kids' school libraries, and they spoke out against it.
Yep.
And then that bill is a violation of our First Amendment rights because it cuts the taxpayer out from protesting about material that's in the libraries. It disallows.
So we're going to go to war on that too. We're going to close out here. Sorry, we're jumping around. We're excited. Lots of crazy shit.
I mean, it's still a great day.
I want to close out something I'm like super excited about, right? So there you go. You know what that is? That's hey Antifa. You can they were tagging the FBI, Chicago FBI. They said I tried to overthrow the government. None of that's true. I was there with a police officer. Just so you know, this was what's in the foreground there.
That's a cool picture.
What's in the foreground there?
The Capitol.
The Capitol. What were we doing? We were sweeping to make sure Antifa wasn't going to attack people. I went there for 2 reasons: to see Donald Trump speak. Right on the way from our hotel at 6:30 in the morning, we walk out in the morning, and the Marriott was tons of people there. There was the Proud Boys there. There was 3%er guys. Me and my cop buddy were walking to see Trump speak, and these older ladies said, "Can we walk with you guys?" I'm like, "Yeah, of course." And they go, "Thank you so much. We feel safe," because people were beat up and pummeled in December, in November. Guys were stabbed in December. Yep. That's why I was there. And so that's me walking there.
The only people that get violent is the far
I never
leftists.
showed this picture before social media. This is when we were leaving the Capitol. I was exhausted. I had January 5th, I was on IVs for the melanoma cancer. I was exhausted. Thank God, because if I wasn't exhausted, I would be sitting here. I'd be in prison right now. I wouldn't be. There wouldn't be a show. Be no gateway. I'd be in prison. I was exhausted. I told my friend, I can't stand anymore. I had to lay down right after that picture. But I was ready. I was ready to battle with those fucking Antifa and BLM guys. Even
all fired up.
Oh, yeah, I was ready. I had spray protection. They call it the
bear spray.
Yeah, I was full of hairspray.
Hairspray.
That could take a bear down. Hairspray that could take a bear down.
Yeah, what was it called?
Right?
Waka Flocka.
Yeah, I was gonna spray Waka Flocka all over their faces.
Flocka Waka.
So I'm glad to show that now. I survived. No matter how much Antifa tried to say that I tried to overthrow the government, it's like, fuck you guys. Here I am. Trump's in. You guys can go, suck a Waka Flocka.
Yeah.
So I guess we're done.
I would just say like, I've never like
tip
pumped
hotline.
the. Oh yeah. So, I now officially write for the Gateway Pundit. We want to get your voice out there. Okay, we need to circumvent the Illinois GOP. There's no point. They're useless losers, right? And I'm talking about the establishment, not the candidates. We appreciate them. They're useless losers, and that's nothing personal against them. But if you're not willing to stand up to the far left in Illinois, then you get out of the way. Email us at fightingbehindenemylines.usa@gmail.com.
Yeah.
All one word, fightingbehindenemylines.usa@gmail.com. We want to hear from you.
Hey, Rick.
We want to hear what your stories are. If you have FOIAs, if there's boys and girls bathrooms in your county, in your school, whatever. Send us the information. We'll get you in the national media. We'll get you with people 1 degree separation away from President Trump, putting out your story on X. We'll spread it far and wide. Terry's got connections like Lara Logan.
She texted me today, by the way.
Yeah.
My girlfriend.
Okay.
So I had to tell her I was married. She's really upset.
We'll get the story. We'll get eyes on the story. I mean, one of Terry's stories with Ben Berkwam got over 1 million views on X.
So we're gonna tag team, man. I'm gonna keep doing trouble, starting trouble, keeping record of all this shit. Hey, my friend Rick Vargas, we worked together a long time ago. He's a Jewish. I think you're Puerto Rican, right? He's a Jewish Puerto Rican Republican.
I wonder if he's Puerto Rican. I wonder if he voted for Trump.
If you're not Jewish, then text me, right? I mean, you are Jewish. If you're not Puerto Rican, I know you're one of them Mexicans. That's a joke. It's a joke. I do that to Val Ojeda. I say, hey, Val, you speak Mexican. So now he's a hardcore patriot. He's in Florida. He got smart. He moved to Florida. We have another friend named Mary Santora. We all work together. We're gonna start putting this stuff up on Facebook. Because a lot of our community is not on Twitter and stuff. And Paul running for office soon. And you guys have any stories? Send it to the website. You could text message or DM me. And we're going to keep stirring up trouble here and trying to fight to save our state along with the country.
I mean, within a year, just for grassroots, like within a year, we got, I don't know, over 4,000 subscribers for the podcast. And now we work at a national media outlet.
Yeah.
Like, change can happen quick, folks. Now we have a mandate, right? Now we don't have to be afraid of, having our voice heard.
Yeah.
So
Where's my... Hey, Carrie, wake up. Hurry up. I'm going to waka flocka. Get out of the bedroom. Good night. Hey, producer, good night. You left the cameras on at the election
not even
party.
paying attention now.
Yo, bro.
We're
done.
waving goodbye.
Yo.
I'm getting text from work.
MAGA, baby.
See you. Thank you.
Oh, you're getting text.